Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Sarcasm Speaks. It is Jared and Bob. So we got another loser lap to take. We took three. Well, no, we took two, right? And then there was one actual hit in the last episode. We talked about all the people that died prior to Monday's episode. But we got another one today, and it is Ryne Sandberg. So. He was the second baseman, I believe, right, for the Chicago Cubs.
Yep.
Um, what do you play in the 80s?
89, maybe early 90s too. I don't know if he started like late 70s.
Yeah, he was a player from 1981 to 1997. So, second baseman and manager. So he was a manager for the Phillies, um, 13, 14, 15. So he is in the MLB Hall of Fame. So
I did know
take that
that.
take
Didn't really
that
know
for what it's
why.
worth. I know it's certainly over the years turning into the Hall of Very Good. Um, but he is in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to
I think he hit a
see.
bunch of home runs for a second baseman.
I think so too.
I
I'm
think that
trying to
was like kind of like his thing.
yeah, 282 home runs, almost 2,400 hits, and almost 1,100 RBIs.
Hey, it's funny, that doesn't sound very good.
No, it doesn't. And he played for roughly 15 years. That's doesn't seem that good.
No, his batting average was 285.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem good.
I'm trying to see real quick on Wikipedia. Sandberg delivered what many traditionalist fans say was a stirring speech at his Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2005. He thanked the writers who voted for him because it meant that he played the game the way he'd been taught that it should be played. Spoke of respect for the game and chided a subset of current players who, his in opinion, lacked that respect. Okay, so this guy was riding his high horse. He was all up on connotation.
So he does have the
Um,
most home runs as a second baseman. It's just not that many. Or until, sorry, Jeff Kent passed him. But
okay.
while he
Uh,
played,
huh. Yeah. He made a strong pitch for an induction of his former teammate Andre Dawson. So, like in the middle of his acceptance speech, he said you should also vote for Andre Dawson, who did ultimately end up getting in 2010. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's in the Hall of Fame, right? So it is what it is. Um, I don't want to talk too much shit either because he just died. He's 65 years old, but like just being the second baseman with the most home runs, does that qualify you on being in the Hall of Fame? If it's only 282, when there's guys in there with like four, five, six, seven, a couple guys with 700.
there's a guy with 700 that they won't let in.
Yeah. Yeah. What is 762? Is that what it is? Something like that?
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
With 755, the number you had to beat,
Yes.
that's Hank Aaron.
Yeah. Because Babe Ruth was 714. Hank Aaron at 755. I want to say Bonds was like 760 something. Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure he was good. I never really watched him play, right? He retired in 97. I was 5. But like on the surface, yeah, look at me, huh? Autism for the win. Barry Bonds, 762 home runs. um, Does just being the second baseman with the most home runs hit ever qualify you to be in the Hall of Fame if it's only 282 and you only have 2,400 hits and less than 1,100 RBIs and
I mean, I
batted? What did he say?
guess
What did he bat? 285?
285. I mean, I
Like,
guess. Do you think kickers and punters should be in the Hall of Fame for for football?
no.
Because I guess that would be the only thing you'd have to be consistent on. Because the game might be different now, but back then it's like if he was the best hitting second baseman of all time when he played, in my opinion, there's some merit to that. But that's because I also think like it's a piece of the game. Um, so like the best kicker, like Adam Vinatieri should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's the only one. He's the only one that I would even
He
have
shouldn't be.
a discussion on.
He shouldn't be because he's not the best. So statistically, he's not the best kicker of all time, both in
Right,
terms
but
of
he's the kicker that had the most effect on the most meaningful games.
yeah, but
Right?
who
I
got him
mean,
there?
yeah, that's fine, right? But
Like
like,
so again, you almost like so that's the thing. If you're gonna let one kicker in, you have to, in my opinion, if you want to be consistent with the take, you have if you're gonna let one kicker in, you have to let a few in because
okay, in that case, then none of them should be in.
then that's fine. But because I was gonna say if you're gonna say, well, one kicker should be in because he won a couple Super Bowls, it's like my only thing there is your only job was to hit those 30 and 30 something yarders. That's it. That's all you do. All you do is kick.
Yeah,
So fucking make the fucking kick.
right,
It's like he didn't kick him from 63. Like,
right.
so that's the thing is like you'll have guys, and then it's like no one would ever say like now. To be honest, I think some kickers should be in now, but you open that door, there'll be way too many. But again, I don't care because there's too many fucking people anyway. Because I do think Adam Vinatieri should be in. Then since I think Adam Vinatieri should be in, then I think whoever has the highest uh rate should probably also be in, and then whoever has like the highest gross should potentially also be in.
That might be Justin Tucker, which he
Yeah,
ain't gonna get
have we
into the
got
Hall of Fame.
confirmation on him yet, or is
Yeah,
he
he's a white Deshaun Watson.
okay? So we have there's
Yeah,
character concerns.
there's some serious character concerns there.
Well, then let's do it this way. Say it's because it used to be Vanderjacked. He used to have like the highest percent ever, but everyone remembers him getting blocked against Pittsburgh. Um, but yeah, it's like if you think Adam Vinatieri should be in, it's like okay, well maybe Mike Vanderjack should be in. Again, that would require a fact check. Whoever has the highest percent, and then there's probably gonna be like some guys like um probably Morton Anderson because he kicked for like 30 fucking years.
Yeah. Wasn't he also a quarterback? Wasn't he one of those
Not
guys?
Morton Anderson. I don't think more. I think Morton Anderson had the one bar, and I believe he was a kicker through and through.
George Blanda, I think, was both a quarterback and a kicker.
I think Blanda was a quarterback that also kicked, but
Yeah, yeah,
um, but that's
yeah,
again like kicking's different because it's a scoring position. Like punters, I mean, like dude, seriously.
yeah. So when was this article written? So in Mar this article was written in March of 2025. It claims Adam Vinatieri is the NFL's all-time leading scorer with 2,673 points in the regular season and 238 points in the playoffs.
Okay, so they did both. I didn't think he was the all-time scorer.
I didn't either. I thought that was Justin Tucker.
Well, again, I thought
Maybe
like
Tucker has the highest percentage.
that's probably true.
So let's see. Justin Tucker, he's number three on the list that I found. So number three, Justin Tucker, the only active player on this list. Justin Tucker might be the greatest long distance field goal kicker in NFL history. He holds the league record for the longest field goal made at 66 yards and his 63 field goals from 50 plus is the second most of any kicker since 1991. As of week 16 in the 2024 season, he has an 89.1% success rate on his kicks, which is the highest in NFL history. Tucker is an 8-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowl, and a Super Bowl champion. So, yeah, Justin Tucker has the highest percentage. Um, Morton Anderson was the all-time leading scorer before Vinatieri passed him.
That's what I mean is like, so you probably have to give a nod. Oh, I think Morton Anderson's in already. He is.
Yeah, he was the second kicker ever elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Who was the first one? George Blanda, who was
Dan
the quarterback that was
Stenerud.
also.
Dan Stenerud. So Morton
Jan
Anderson was
Stenerud.
Danish, and this dude's Norwegian.
Yeah, because more I see Morton Anderson's nickname was the Great Dane.
Yeah, this dude was Norwegian. He was born in 1942. He's still alive? Wow. I should pick him next year.
Write it down. So yeah, I mean, if there's already two kickers in the Hall of Fame, there's no reason for Adam Vinatieri to not be there.
Right. Right. So anyway, back to Ryne Sandberg then. If he retired as the best hitting second baseman in the history of the game, then it's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I guess if you put
Because
it in
you
that context, it makes
because you
sense.
can
I
only like
was
that's the thing. You can only be what you are. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of being a little bit reductive looking at just his home runs, right? Because if he hit the most home runs of a second baseman ever, but it's 282, I don't know where that falls for hits and RBIs as well. Maybe it was top five of
it's
all
probably
sec
pretty
time
high.
second baseman.
If 282 was high for home runs, then um I'm sure those other numbers are pretty high too. Because it sounds like second basemen were just well, I mean, we know that even growing up in Little League, it's like okay, where does the worst player go? Right
Yeah.
field. And then if you need to throw them a
Yeah.
bone, where do they go? Second base.
Apparently, Eddie Collins holds the record for most career hits by a second baseman with a total of 3,315. So he was not, uh, oh boy. Well, as of right now, I don't know where this list was when he retired, but as of right now, Ryne Sandberg is 17th out of all-time second baseman.
Um, I mean, that's still pretty good, I guess. I don't
But
know.
is
I
that
mean,
Hall of Fame?
I don't know because it's like it's hard to say because like I can tell you for a fact, like Jeff Kent was pretty good when he played.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd call Jeff Kent a Hall of Famer.
no. Robinson Cano is, as of right now, in my mild opinion, is the greatest second baseman to ever play the game. So Robinson Cano is sixth all time for second baseman, has 2,639 hits. He's got 335 home runs, which is second to Jeff Kent's 354. And he is fourth in RBIs, which is 1,306. And he finished his career with a 301 batting average.
Yep.
Is Robinson Cano good enough for the Hall of Fame?
I don't know if Ryan Sandberg is. I guess Robinson Cano is,
Right. See, that's the weird
which
thing that you
that
run
obviously doesn't
into.
that doesn't help. Yeah, that doesn't help the argument though because it's where it's like should these guys even be in the first place? And the answer should be no for a Hall of
Right.
Fame.
Right.
But then they are, so it's like, well, you tell me, is Robinson Cano a better player than Harold Baines?
Yeah. that's the problem, right? When you set the bar low,
Then everybody
again,
gets
no
in.
disrespect to Ryne Sandberg. He is a Hall of Famer, right? And again, I know he just died, but still, like the point is when you set the bar low, you now have guys that otherwise might not be considered for the Hall of Fame have a very good argument because they're better than the guy that you already let in.
Right.
Like again, to use my to consistency here, to use the transitive property, the way you laid it out to me, right? I know now, obviously, there's two kickers in the Hall of Fame, but I didn't know that before. So, assuming there was none, right? If you laid out to me, should some kickers be in or should none? My opinion, again, still would remain none, right? And then if you applied that here, should the best second baseman of all time in of his time be in? Well, then my answer would be no, because he's the being the best second baseman of all time doesn't qualify you as being one of the greatest baseball players of all time. It's the baseball Hall of Fame. It's not the second baseman Hall of Fame,
Right. And then
right?
if you take that to another extreme, it's like, well, what about the best stretch reliever of all time? Or what
Right.
about the best inning eater
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
time?
What about the best setup man of all time, right? Like Alan
Well,
Embry,
well,
right?
that's the
Like
thing is
and Mike Timlin, right?
I'm sure there are some setup guys that probably have something close to a Hall of Fame career, maybe. I don't know baseball setup guys, and also I don't think it's like that anymore. Um,
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
like I'm sure you could have a career like a 20-year reliever with a great ERA, just probably didn't have the saves, and it's like no, they're not going to get in because there's no metric to kind of put them in.
Right.
But then when you talk about some of these other guys, like, well, they were the best of their time. It's like according to what?
Yeah.
According to who? How?
Yeah. I think as time goes on, right, and as the sport accumulates more players, time, stats, and things like that, the quote unquote best of their era argument goes out the window, right? So, like in the 70s, right, baseball officially, I think, started in the late 1800s with Honus Wagner, right? Everyone remember it was, Honus Wagner, 1894, right? So I think the MLB really kind of started in the late 1800s, but like whatever, it was kind of a joke really until probably like the teens, right? The 19 teen, like early night aughts, if you will. Um, in the 70s, right? If you had some guy who played from 1946 to 1959, right? Played really well, was the greatest of his era, right? But, the numbers might not stack up otherwise. I think it's fair to put him in the Hall of Fame in the 60s, right? It would be the 60s, not the 70s if he retired in the late 50s. But I think that's a fair argument, right? Because baseball had really only been around for 50 years or so. We've got like 130 plus years of Major League Baseball. Like Robinson Cano was the best second baseman of his generation. He's not a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. Like he's probably going to get in because he was better than Jeff Kent and Ryne Sandberg, and they're both in. So people will use the argument that he should be in, and he will get in, right? Most likely, I would imagine. But Robinson Cano is not a Hall of Famer, right? Being the best of your era when you have, like I said, approaching 150 years of history of sport, like that's not good enough for me anymore, right? Like I'm trying to think of a good example.
Well, the other thing too is why none of this ends up ultimately mattering is because the Hall of Fame announcements for any league, it's a production. So now it's like another
Yeah,
chance to generate news and buzz and whatever. So it's like, Harold Baines might have just been like, Hall of Fame hasn't been relevant in a few years. Let's do something stupid.
Yeah.
So that in like 9 years from now, two jackasses will talk about it.
There really is no other equivalent either in the other sports that I'm trying to think of. Like, yeah, well, you'd have to go probably defense, maybe a defensive back or a linebacker. Because if you have generally, right, if you have the greatest player of their generation at quarterback, running back, or wide receiver, they're probably going to win at least one Super Bowl. And then you have that argument where they were the greatest of their generation, they won one or two, so they go in, right? Like Pat Mahomes, right, is the greatest of his generation. He's already got three Super Bowls. He's obviously in the Hall of Fame, right? But like, I don't even know because that's the thing you run into, right? LaDainian Tomlinson, right? The greatest running back of his generation. However, he was really fucking good.
Yes,
So
he
like
was.
he was so good that he should be in the Hall of Fame because he holds statistical records,
He
right?
was also the best running back at a time when running backs were good.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Like football's a weird, like I don't think baseball has an equivalent. Like I said, unless you go to like defensive back, right? If you look at like Brian Dawkins, for example, right? Like Brian Dawkins was the greatest safety of his generation, arguably. He's probably a little bit
Very
older than Ed
arguably.
Reed, right? Like Ed Reed is definitely the greatest of his generation, but I feel like him and Dawkins overlapped a little bit, but Dawkins I think is a little bit older than Ed Reed.
They probably played a lot more of the same years than you'd think, but
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't be surprised, right, if you looked it up. But like is Brian Dawkins a Hall of Famer? Probably not.
yuck. Tim Raines is in. Tim Raines and Harold Baines are both in. That's awful.
Yeah. See, I mean Ed Reed might be a good one. Does Ed Reed belong in the Hall of Fame? I would
Absolutely.
I would say yeah, probably. Well, he also has the interceptions too. I think he's
Yeah, that's what I mean. He
second.
has, so he
I think
has a
he's
Super
second
Bowl, he
all
has
time.
interceptions.
So I think Brian Dawkins is probably the best example that I could think of to compare it to this baseball situation. Or like maybe Champ Bailey, because Champ Bailey doesn't have a Super Bowl, but I think he also has the interceptions and the tackles as well. I think he's top
Yeah, they
five
probably
ish.
do.
It's tough, right? It's a tough one. I mean, that's the reason why I'm not on the selection committee.
Dude, they're letting everybody into this thing. This is crazy. Billy Wagner's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Was he 2017? Did he get in?
No, just this past year, Billy Wagner.
Oh,
Sabathia, Joe Mauer, Todd Helton,
yeah.
Beltray.
Yeah, no thanks.
And whatever this Veterans Committee thing is a fucking joke.
I think that's the players that are already in
It's
get
awful.
to vote.
Stupid.
I think that's the Veterans Committee, maybe.
I
Or
like these
something to
years
do
like
with it.
2021 when nobody gets in.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the year they accidentally all unanimously picked Mariano Rivera.
Yep, first one, 2019.
Yep. That probably is my favorite thing of all time because for so long everyone would debate whether or not a closer should be in the Hall of Fame, right? They only pitch one inning. Oh, it's just a save. It's just one metric. It's this, it's that, it's that. I think Trevor Hoffman got in before Rivera. Um,
Uh, yes.
but it's all of those things where, it's again, it's baseball, it's the shitty BBWAA, right? Where they're like, oh no, it's closer, it's this, it's that. Should he be in? Should he not be in? And then everyone was like, oh no, someone else will leave him off. I'll vote for Mariano Rivera. And the only guy in the history of the game. Because that's the other thing too. Oh, no one can be unanimous. Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous. How could anyone else be unanimous if Babe Ruth wasn't? Because they're all fucking retards. And the one guy that was unanimous was a closer. The one position that they all hemmed and hawed about. And that just made it even fucking better to me.
Ichiro, 99.75%.
Yeah.
That's one vote.
Yeah. One guy didn't vote for each. Well, I can't vote for him.
I think three didn't vote for Ken Griffey Jr. He was 99.32.
Yeah. That is the level of insufferable asshole that you deal with the BBWAA. But when it came to Mariano Rivera, they just were like, oh no, someone else will do it, which is fantastic.
Tim Raines. That's awful.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, what else we got real quick before we wrap this up, I guess? Um, or do you want to just wrap this up? We got to do two of
We
these.
gotta do
So,
two.
yeah, let's wrap it up. What do you got?
Uh, Finally had Nduja. So Nduja is a spicy, spreadable salami originating from the Calabria region in Italy. And I've seen it a handful of times, couple chefs on Instagram use it, whatever. So, um, Michaela and I got food at a place in Hanover one time, and I saw on their pizza list they had an Nduja pizza. So I've probably wanted a pizza from this. I've wanted this Nduja pizza from there from I don't even know how long. The only problem that the reason it took so long is because it's next to the market basket, so I'm never gonna go grocery shopping, then get pizza, then
Right,
go home or like drive there twice.
right, right.
Um, so that's usually why it's like I always rule it out. But that's exactly what we did. I went grocery shopping and then we went back and got the pizza. But so I got an Nduja pizza. It was fucking awesome. And I've seen people cook with it. I know you can order it. I haven't seen it in stores. I don't really know many places that have dishes with it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if I've ever actually heard of it before.
yeah, it's kind of out there and it's hard to find. So I had it. The pizza was good and the style pizza was good. Like all that was fine. We go to Whole Foods on Sunday. They had Nduja. But I didn't
Of
buy it because I
course.
didn't need it because I just ate it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um, but yeah, Nduja would recommend.
All right.
Again, I don't know if you can really find it much. And I texted Jones. I go, if it's almost like if chorizo or Portuguese chorizo met salami with no smoke, and that's kind of what we're talking about there.
Interesting.
Because they use like Calabria, like I guess they're known for their dried chilies or whatever. So it's like a
Yeah.
dried chili
Calabrian chilies.
salami. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like a dried chili salami. I don't know what makes it soft and spreadable, but I probably would venture to say like just cook with it, but I guess you could eat it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was good. Would
Yeah.
recommend.
All right. Hell yeah. Um, I'm actually going to pivot then and change my final thought to this other thing that's sort of goes along with this. A couple weeks ago, we were driving around. My mom came down. We wanted to go check out. There's like a Dick's Sporting Goods outlet store in Mansfield, over at Mansfield Crossing now.
Been there
Um,
once.
yeah, so we went over there, checked it out, got some great stuff for like super fucking cheap. They have like Bad Birdie polos over there for like 16 bucks. They're normally like 80, I think, or 75, whatever. Um, this isn't the final thought, but like I guess the autism in me is very pleased with the store because everything is organized by color and size versus brand. So it's like very aesthetically pleasing, right? And it's like, oh, if I'm looking for a black shirt, I'll just go to the section of the black shirts and then just go to large and then look here for what I want, right? Versus like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Nike rack or the Under Armour rack or the Bad Birdie rack or the Greg Norman, you know what I mean? And have to look through that. And it's like, oh, what's this? It's like, no, 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 I want something purple. I'm gonna go to all of the purple shirts and then I'm gonna figure it out from there, right? Like to me, that just makes more sense on how to organize a store. But I don't know. Again, maybe that's just my autism. Um, but anyway, I digress. We left there, right? And we went over to REI because we had a gift card. And then I noticed right next to REI, there's a place called Fresh Market. So I don't know if you were ever over there when we lived there, but that was a gym. It was called like Energy Lab or something like that. I know once upon a time I was gonna maybe go there or get a job there at one point too, and just never did, and just hadn't been over there in a couple of years because didn't have a reason to, right? We moved away, and I don't really need to go over to Mansfield Crossing when I have a ton of shit between Foxborough and North Attleboro. Um, so I was like, what is this? And I go, I kind of want to like check it out. So we walked in this place and it was fucking amazing. Like the stuff they had in there was like blowing me away. And it was like really cool brands that you can't find anywhere else. Um, some brands of stuff that I buy that had flavors that I'd never seen before. So, like for example, right, what I'm talking about is we buy this cereal called Three Wishes, right? It's good for the baby, right? Because it's there's nothing added to it. Like it's a very like quote unquote, I hate the fucking term, but it's like a clean cereal, right? Like there's no bullshit added to it, right? It's just whatever. And then they have like cinnamon, strawberry, and chocolate at Target, right? Like those are like the three flavors that you can get. He likes the chocolate one, so we get him that, and like that's his snack, right, from time to time. Or if I ever go play golf late and get home and it's like fucking 8 o'clock and I don't want to cook anything and Amy already ate, I'll have a bowl of this cereal, right? Like it's good. At this fresh marketplace, they had like six different flavors. They had like um marshmallow. I think they had a s'mores one, or like there was like a blended vanilla chocolate one. I don't know. It was nuts. Like I walked in their olive oil section because I'm a olive oil psycho now. I'm a purist apparently. Ever since I think I asked you like what you got, and then I chat GPT'd um how to tell like good olive oil, and they said it has to say product of Italy, I think. I don't know. I always go back and reread it. But no, made in Italy, I think
No,
is the is
you don't want made in
no.
Italy.
Okay, so product of Italy is the one
Yeah.
that you want. Um, yeah, because
And
made in
that's
Italy,
with any Italian shit.
yeah, made in Italy means it could come from anywhere. And then I started reading on the back of olive oil too. They have codes, right? And it'll tell you like typically like S would be Spain. Some brands use an ES. Um, they have T for Turkey, G is Greece or GR. And like if you look at the code on the back, it'll say like T whatever numbers, right? And you're like, oh shit, these olives are from Turkey, right? So it says like Italian olive oil, but the olives are from Turkey, right? So like again, I went down like a weird rabbit hole of olive oil, but the olive oil section in this place, phenomenal. They were all actually from Italy. They had a really cool like cheese section. So needless to say, I think I found a hidden gem in Mansfield Crossing. And this place, Fresh Market, is awesome. So, I mean, obviously it's not close, right? Um, but from time to time, like I will be taking trips over there and just kind of like perusing the store just to see what they have.
One in Hingham.
Would you say?
There's one in Hingham.
Oh, really? Have you been?
Mm. It's not it's not a place that I would go to.
Ah, yeah. Well, Hingham also being in Hingham is going to draw a
Well,
certain
it's next
crowd.
to it's in the shipyard. So it's
Yeah,
like
okay,
it's
yeah.
very reasonable that I could, but
Right, right.
it's not a place that I go to because Fresh Market, like a Wegmans, like a Whole Foods. Uh, the worst displays of humanity. Everything's too tight. The carts are too small. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of people when I was there a couple weeks
Ugh,
ago. So,
it's the worst.
um, but yeah, yeah, it's great. Shout out to Fresh Market in Mansfield. I will be going back, um, and buying a way too much shit. We weren't in there very long, but I didn't get a chance to like price compare, right? And be like, oh, this is like $7 at Market Basket, but it's $12 here, right? Like I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know that.
hey, I'll price compare for you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, yeah, it's more expensive than Market Basket. You can guarantee
Everything
that.
is.
Yeah. Um, all right.
Yep. Save you a step there.
Yeah. Oh, but the crowds. Woof, woof, but the crowds. Right, that's everyone's thing. It's like, okay, enjoy paying more money at Stop and Shop and having to pay for bags and or bring your own bags. Right, because that's the thing Stop
I mean,
and
my
Shop
biggest
does.
problem with Stop and Shop is the store just sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Like
It's
it
not
is
great.
expensive, yeah, but it's also like they never have anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and Shaw's is even worse. Right. It's funny because Stop and Shop is the best of all of them, but it sucks.
For what?
Because well, I mean, I'm excluding Market Basket, right? Because Shaw's blows. Like Shaw's is absolutely garbage.
Shaw's and Easton's better than any Stop and Shop I've been to lately.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, the Stop and Shops around me are probably better than the Shaw's that I've been to. But I mean, other than that, even too, just thinking, are there even any other grocery stores left, chains?
I mean, I hate Roach Brothers. I hate
Oh
Big
yeah, Roach
Y.
Brothers is fucking terrible. Big Y sucks. Yeah. So I would still put Stop and Shop second on the list behind
Ugh.
Market Basket, but that's not really saying much. So, oh, but the crowds. Okay. Spend more money then. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. So thanks for watching. Subscribe wherever you're at. Hit the thumbs up button if you're on YouTube. Get us on social media across the bottom of the screen. Support the sponsors, support us. And until next time, good night, everybody.